Hi folks, Doug here, Ellis Car Customs. If you're new here, nomadulations for finding our channel. If you're old here, you get it. How's everybody doing today? Once again, we find ourselves looking for gainful employment. So I think what I want to start on is getting the wheel wells in here finished up. And I think I've decided I'm going to paint these wheel tubs or wheel wells or whatever they call them. I'm going to paint them a gloss black, and I think they'll look good. Because we've got black with the blue and white as far as our interior panels go that we made up, so I think it'll look pretty sharp. As far as the carpet goes, I'm not sure. I'll either go black or like a dark blue, I think. I definitely wouldn't go white. That's just a no-go for carpet. You'll never keep it clean. So, but if I paint those wheel wells a black, it'll go with dark blue or a black, so it'll look good. So that's what we're going to work on. We're going to work on getting those ready to paint. I want to work on the jams and stuff like that, so I can go around and cut all that in with paint. You know, finish up the inside part of our tailgate so we can paint the inside of it and the jams all around it, so that once we do all that, we can kind of seal up the interior. If we spray the window channels, we can actually install our glass, which would be handy. And that way, that'll all be done. I still got to get the wood for that back part of the floor, but we'll pick that up. So yeah, I'm going to get started on that, and hopefully you will come along with me on the journey. I appreciate you stopping by. So we're starting to whip her into shape. The problem with these things here is, I mean, everything is rounded. So it's just like a lot of hand sanding and feeling as you go, just to make sure you don't have too many high or low spots. I mean, considering what we started with and what we built these out of, and if I get close, I'll be a happy camper. So in between waiting for filler and things to dry, I figured I'd go out and take stock in what other parts I have or don't have. And I would say this splash pan I don't have. There's just not enough of it left to give me a pattern to fix it. There's so much of it gone that the only way it works is if it's really, you know, rusty like that, but the shape is still there so you can copy it. But there's so many chunks missing that without having a good one to copy off of, I can't really save this one. I'm probably going to have to buy one. I'm sure they'll see me coming when I order that. Because it's going to be another one of them parts that the shipping costs more than the part. But I just figured I'd show you what I discovered. So as you could see in time lapse, you have to be part acrobat to climb around in these cars and get into all these tight spaces with your sandpaper and your filler, and I'm not as spry as I used to be, but I can still crawl around in there. But we're gaining on it. I wouldn't pay as much attention to it if I was going to carpet it, or if I was going to put vinyl on it or something, or even if I was going to bed liner it or something. But I want to paint it a nice glossy black, and want to have it be nice and shiny and not have a lot of dimples and ugliness. So I'm going the extra mile on the part. You can see the part that's going to be covered up by our panel we made there. I'm not going to worry about, just the exposed part of the well. Same thing with the floor. We're not going to worry about that. We're going to go through, once we get that ready to go, we're going to go through all these seams here and seam seal all around everywhere. You know, we're going to just lather the seam sealer in there and make sure we got a nice watertight seal. I'll bring you along. I also got to thinking, before I lay the paint or whatever, probably clean up the ceiling here, and we already got that stick-on sound deadener / insulation. I guess it probably serves both purposes, but it'd be a good idea to stick that stuff up there before I lay paint on there or something, and wind up crawling around in here doing that and scratch up the paint. So yeah, I'll keep working on getting those ready to paint, but before I paint them, I'm going to want to put up that sound deadener. This, like I said, it's amazing. This is bare metal right here. 70-year-old bare metal that insulation that was on there, stuck on there, actually protected that. No matter where this roof was sitting all these years. But there's just like old dried up glue left on there that I gotta kind of scrape off. And I don't know, it'd be a good idea to slap a coat of paint of some kind on there, or if just putting the sound deadener on, because I mean it's not going to be exposed to the elements, obviously. I just want a good bond for the sound deadener, so I don't know. I guess leave your opinions in the comments whether you think I should slap some kind of paint on there or just glue the sound deadener right to it just like Chevy did and expect the same results 70 years down the road. So that's what I got for you tonight, folks. We made a little progress. I'm looking forward to seeing in the comments what everybody thinks about the sound deadener. Before I go, I'm going to make a personal request. Ask you to send prayers out to my sister-in-law. She fell down her cellar stairs and God knows how long she lay there unconscious before her husband got home and found her. And she's in a hospital right now down in Pennsylvania. And she could use your prayers and well wishes, and I'd appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you on the next one.